All right, welcome to week 1. I'm going to quickly go through the things that we want to accomplish this week so that we stay on track to having all of our financial documents corralled by the end of the month. Okay, week 1, first thing we want to do is to fill out this crucial information sheet, one for you and one for your partner. At the bottom, there's a QR code, and this takes you to an editable Google Doc so that you could also do this online. Okay, you could have an online copy and then print it out and have a physical copy in your file folders. I like the idea of having an online copy so that you could access it if you're not home. You know, if something happens while you're traveling. Maybe you have 2 homes so that, you could access it from either place. If you have security concerns, our password manager would allow us to upload that PDF into our vault, into our password manager, like if you're worried about getting hacked through Google. Lots of options to consider. Just make sure and get this filled out. Second thing, this should look familiar. This is what we put together in the first class. And so you just pull your paperwork off. Everything you need for week 1 is right here. Starting with a letter to your next of kin. Okay, NOK stands for next of kin. You do not need to write them a letter, but you do need to notify them. People need to know they're your next of kin. And again, if you're in a partnered relationship, it's pretty obvious that I'm my husband's next of kin. But when we were filling this out, I was explicit about this is what we're doing, this is what's in here, this is where everything is stored. If you need anything, this is where it is. And again, I notified someone besides my partner. We have adult children. I let my adult children know, like, this is where everything you would need is stored. So on the back, they have a list that reminds you of the different roles that a next of kin can play. They can be an executor, they can be a trustee. Very often there will be sort of a divide and conquer approach. And so this is just a great thought starter for however you want to notify your next of kin. And this is your reminder, like actually notifying the person is the task. Next up, you have all the different kinds of employment. You have current employment. We'll go through them one by one. Current employment is really important especially if you are working corporate. Okay, you want to write down your boss, your partner's boss, their HR contact, the person that you would need to let know, like, hey, he's not coming into work anymore. And also, they have a list. If you have an employment contract, everything's listed at the bottom that you would need. This is less useful if your current employment is your own business. And I actually didn't even find the side income super useful if you own your own business, except for on the back. There is a nice list that reminds you to make a map. How would someone know who your current clients are? How would you finish any open jobs if something happened to you? Having some sort of map for people to find who that is. One of the people in our group suggested even having an email written that would go out if you're a coach or a hypnotist or someone with a mailing list, an email that would go out and let your whole mailing list know, that something has happened to you. Okay, so there's a little bit of information on here, and there's another separate document that I put in the Facebook group that details what ChatGPT thinks. I can't take credit for it, but details what ChatGPT thinks are the important documents to have in one place so that someone could shut down your business. Okay, that's definitely a side quest though. That's like getting all your EINs and all of that in one place. I'm going to add that to the side quest list. Okay, next up, Social Security even if you're not currently collecting Social Security, it's not a bad idea to have an account where you can go in and look at your Social Security and make sure everything is correct. I have TSA, Trusted Traveler Global Entry. And if you have one of those programs, if you have a government ID for any other reason, it's all the same account. Okay, one account covers all of that. You can log in, it shows all the different things that you can log into with that same ID. Retirement income is mostly about pensions, if you're fortunate enough to have one of those. And then other incomes, there's a nice list on the side. That's where you have things like alimony, child support, inheritance. If you have any incomes like that, it just has you make a nice list. Again, keeping in mind that the purpose of this whole program is to just make a map so that people can find all of these different things that they would need, to take care of business. Come to the co-working. If you have any questions, come to the co-working and ask in the Facebook group, or shoot me an email, Allie@allieirwin.com.